You're tuned in to the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, guiding your gridiron journey, none other than your host, former NFL lineman, Ross Tucker.
Oh, yeah, it is. But it's not just any Ross Tucker Football Podcast. It is a Monster Monday that we are recording Sunday night before I hop on the red eye to head back to Philadelphia. Looks like the Chargers are rolling in their game right now. We'll get to that at the end. But it's a Monster Monday, means it's a new week. We actually have a lot of games to get to, including my game that I finished a few hours ago. Literally, Jack, finished the game. We got a police escort back to the hotel. I read up on every game, watched the highlights of every game while I was working out, just showered. Now I'm having a beer. Shout out Flagstaff IPA here in Phoenix while I'm recording this right before I go to the airport to hop on my flight back to Philly, man. This is the life we've chosen, Jack, and I love it. It's kind of fun. Kind of fun to have a beer while I'm talking with you guys on a Sunday night, talking football. Got my second workout in. We got a new week, which means we've got some new winners. Spread the word winner via social media. That is going to be probably another Facebook review. I don't think we got very many last week. It's Ross Tucker Pod on Facebook. Please just give us a review. I think that helps us over there. Then sponsor confirmation email winner. Somebody takes advantage of any of the sponsors here on the show. Love doing these YouTube videos for you guys. It's actually not a YouTube video. It's on my phone. But all you have to do is go to youtube.com/RossTuckerNFL, hit subscribe, comment on any video, and then bang, you have a great chance to win. Speaking of shout-outs, how about Arthur Curran? He's our latest patron of the day, patreon.com/RTmedia. We are racking them up, and it's Big Show time, Jack.
The Big Show.
I didn't realize I was speaking of like the president here. Police escort. I didn't realize they treated you guys that heavy. But what were your overall themes from Week 8 in the NFL?
By the way, dude, police escorts, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Overall themes from the NFL, I think there's really only two, right? I mean, number one, it would be good teams, really good teams, we thought, surprisingly losing. I mean, the Chiefs hadn't lost to the Broncos in forever. Forever. By the way, I was talking to somebody about this, and they're like, yeah, but Patrick Mahomes was sick. Sick. You know, like the movie where Tom Hanks goes, A League of Their Own, there's no crying in baseball. There's no sick in football. There is no sick. Sick does not exist. Yes, I know he's sick. I don't care. That's not an excuse. But half the guys in the league are sick right now. Anybody has kids, that doesn't matter. So the Chiefs losing for the first time in forever to the Broncos jumps out to me for sure. And then I would argue as well, the Bengals beating the Niners. I mean, Jack, wasn't it? I mean, we had like 3 weeks in a row where we had the Niners as the best team in the NFL in our Tuesday power rankings, and now they've lost 3 in a row. And the defense isn't playing as well. Purdy's turning it over. I mean, it's not good right now for the San Francisco 49ers. Anybody else really good lose that we were surprised by? Those are the two big ones. I mean, those are like two. I don't know how many teams are legit Super Bowl contenders. Probably not that many. Those are two right there that both lost. And the other thing is, Jack, just the quarterback injuries, man. I mean, brutal. Last I checked, Tyrod Taylor might still be at the hospital. I don't know. Did you see? Did he get out yet? He had some type of injury.
I didn't hear anything about him being discharged or anything like that. But that's just my notifications. I haven't really dived into anything.
Right. Matthew Stafford got hurt. Desmond Ridder got hurt. Trying to think who else. Obviously, the big one is Kirk Cousins. Yeah, that's the big one. Terrible.
Kenny Pickett.
Terrible. Yeah, Kenny Pickett. I knew I was missing one. Kenny Pickett got hurt because I knew Trubisky came in. Tommy DeVito playing for the Giants. Like, you can't make this up. I mean, Tommy DeVito. Hey, Tommy, you're starting quarterback for the Giants, Tommy. I mean, it's Unbelievable. Hey, my cousin Tommy starting quarterback for the Giants. Anyway, so it's only my second beer, by the way. That's not impacting the show, just so everybody knows. I'm just having fun. But no, the Kirk Cousins one is the one, man. That is it's awful for the Vikings players because they know what it means for their season, right? Like those guys, they're not dumb. They got a long season to go, and they know no Cousins. Plus, everybody respects the heck out of him. He takes so much crap, and he just keeps playing as well as he can. And he was playing really well these last couple games, too. And what really stinks, Jack, is this is a contract year for him. Now, he's made a ton of money, but still, you don't want to go into end your contract on a torn Achilles. He'll still get decent money from somebody, but probably not what he thought it would be. It just stinks. And I guess the takeaway, Jack, is it really, really, once again, reinforces how important your backup quarterback can be at times. And we've seen that time and time again in the NFL because the Vikings, I don't know if they'll go with the rookie Jaren Hall. I don't know what they'll do, but it feels like they're basically donezo at this point, just when they were playing well, just when they were rolling. You know what's not donezo? Speaking a new language with Babbel. Why Babbel? Because it works. I have proof. Ask my daughters, ask my wife. They've got these quick 10-minute lessons designed by over 150 language experts that really do help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. You can dive into exactly what aspects of the language you want to make sure you know. That's the key part of it. And I got a special limited time deal for my listeners. That's you guys to get you started right now. That'd be a cool holiday gift too. Get 55% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at Babbel.com/Ross. Get 55% off at Babbel.com/Ross. It's spelled BABBEL.com/Ross. Rules and restrictions may apply.
All right, Ross, we start. Carolina picks up their first win of the season over the Houston Texans, 15-13.
Low-scoring game. And, Jack, I had just tweeted, can you imagine anybody needing or wanting a win more than Carolina? Going against C.J. Stroud and everything. You don't want C.J. Stroud to come in your building, look better than Bryce Young, get a winning record. You're still 0-7. They got it done. It wasn't pretty. Bryce Young, I don't know what is going on with Carolina's offensive line. I don't know how they could be this bad or he could be under duress this much. But those guys, Malik Collins, Jonathan Greenard, they were all over Bryce Young all game long. I'm stunned that Frank Reich and these guys don't have a better plan to get the ball out of Bryce Young's hands and not get hit this much. At least finally Carolina's defense was better than they had been. Their defense stepped up. Probably the worst outing for Stroud in a while. They were coming off a bye, right? So maybe it was the bye week. I don't know what it was. He didn't turn it over, but just he didn't look as good as he had, right? Had a couple drives that were decent. For Carolina, it was nice for Bryce Young. He probably played his best game of the day. Primarily, again, throwing the ball to Adam Thielen. Thank goodness, by the way, that the Panthers signed that guy. Can you imagine where they'd be if they didn't sign him? Crazy.
The Rams are obliterated by the Cowboys, who were wearing blue at home for some reason, 43-20.
Do we know why they were doing that?
No, I didn't really see any specific reason. But, if they're home, it's their choice. So,
well, and most teams wear dark at home. But the Cowboys always just wear the white.
Mm-hmm.
So it is unique to see them. Maybe they should wear the blue more often. That was an absolute beatdown. That's 2 games in a row now where Dak's been almost perfect, Jack. People were all starting to crap on Dak. He was awesome in this game. Absolutely awesome almost the entire game. They jumped on him early. The Rams look like a team whose head coach had a baby this week and wasn't there for some of the time. I'm joking, but we talked about that. Not ideal timing. It was everything. Sam Williams blocked a punt. The Rams never covered CeeDee Lamb seemingly once. Deron Bland had a pick six. It was like an absolute shell-shocking. Micah Parsons was in the backfield the whole time. He hit Stafford, then Stafford hit his thumb again. Impressive performance by the Cowboys. And the Rams are starting to look a little bit more like who I guess we thought they would be, or at least who I thought they'd be before the season started.
Minnesota beats Green Bay 24-10, but Kirk Cousins is feared to have torn his Achilles.
So do you think you probably could have maybe come up with something different since we just talked about that 5 minutes ago? You already had that. You had that written down.
These are you ruined another one you'll see in about 5 minutes too. So, we're not.
So you prep for the show and you write down what your one-liner is going to be?
Well, yeah, because I have the scores for everything, and it's just like it makes it.
I know, but
Jack,
you got to adapt. Like we just talked 5 minutes ago about the Kirk Cousins thing, and you just said it like we didn't talk about it 5 minutes ago.
It's a top storyline, regardless. I mean, it's something you talked about twice.
When you're live on TV or live on radio or live on podcast, you got to adjust, brother. That's funny. Yeah, you know what? Cousins was awesome again. That's what stinks. Absolutely stinks. He was awesome against the Niners, awesome against the Packers. They still don't have Justin Jefferson, obviously. He's thrown it to Jordan Addison, who's still good. I mean, it's really impressive. And they were looking like they had a chance to make the playoffs, don't you think?
Yeah, they were on a really good stretch.
They were starting to look like that to me. As for the Packers, yikes, man. Yikes. They're starting to, I think, find out, Jack, at least some of the Packers fans, sort of what the other half is like, and it's not real good.
New Orleans moves back to 500 with a 24-10 victory against Colts.
What got into the Saints? I mean, how about not only Alvin Kamara, who's been doing it all season, how about my guy Taysom Hill? Now, that should have been the one you said. Taysom Hill, dude. 12 touches, okay? 9 carries, 63 yards, 2 touchdowns. Threw a pass for 44 yards. Caught a pass for 14 yards. The Saints had 511 yards and 38 points. Crazy. The Colts scored decently against a pretty good defense, but not enough. Minshew wasn't great. Really, the best thing for the Colts was running the ball, whether it was Zach Moss or Jonathan Taylor, who continues to look like a beast. But the best part of the day was Derek Carr throwing the ball to Rashid Shaheed. I mean, Rashid Shaheed is an absolute star in the NFL. They need to throw the ball to him more. Taysom Hill joined Pro Football Hall of Famer Frank Gifford, only players in NFL history. 25-plus rushing touchdowns, 10-plus passing touchdowns, and 10-plus receiving touchdowns in a career.
Miami returns to form with an ironic 31-17 win over the New England Patriots.
What's ironic?
Oh, I'm more the score, because that's what they lost last week, 31-17.
Got it. Not many people remember that. It's not really that ironic.
Nah. Can't win them all.
I'm having fun, Jack. I'm having fun busting your chops, bro. You're the best. We've been getting more YouTube messages and emails that people like when we go back and forth a little bit. Listen, Patriots got off to a good start. I thought, okay, they're going to pick up where they left off last week. They couldn't stop Tyreek Hill. That's the really surprising part, is they usually do such a good job against Tyreek Hill or against, the best player for the other team. They weren't able to do it. I thought it was a step back for the Patriots offense, and obviously losing Kendrick Bourne did not help. How about Jalen Ramsey? Not only playing in the game, but having an interception. Absolutely unbelievable. Kudos to you, Jalen Ramsey. Go ahead and have a Labatt Blue Light on me, man. Drink some Labatt Blue Lights. I wish I had a Labatt Blue Light right here. They don't have them here. With your friends, and live life to the power of we. Always delicious. Always enjoy responsibly. Beer, Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. And by the way, while you're having some beers, why don't you order on DoorDash? It's halftime, ordering time, 2-minute warning, you got it. That's your cue to order in. Get everything you want delivered while you root for your squad. Yeah, that means burgers, fries, drinks, you name it. And if you have a Dash Pass membership, you can get the new Wendy's loaded nacho cheeseburger delivered. Yeah, right now, the loaded nacho cheeseburger is exclusively available with Dash Pass at participating U.S. Wendy's for a limited time.
So the other liner that you had stolen from me was the most New York name ever. Tommy DeVito came in to play quarterback for the Giants, but Zach Wilson, the Jets get done overtime, 13-10.
Nice. Okay, I'm with you on that, dude. Listen, you know what? I could have gone with the Seahawks here, but because of the way they did it, I'm going to make the Jets our fourth quarter team of the week. In football, the fourth quarter is where games are won. And in business, it's where many deals are closed. That's why this week's fourth quarter pick is brought to you by HubSpot Sales Hub. I cannot believe the Jets won that game. Actually, I can believe it. I thought the game was over. I thought the Giants had it won. This is why these games are never over. The missed kick, the two incredible throws and plays by Zach Wilson to get the game into overtime. Kudos to the Jets, man. The Jets are like the new Steelers in terms of finding a way to win games where they're definitely not, doesn't feel like they're the better team or that they should win, but they just stay in it late and they win the game late somehow. Kudos to Robert Saleh. That's the mark of a good coach.